to Oilersnation Everyday with your hosts, Tyler and Liam.
Ooh. Oh, a belt miss gift from Santa. I wonder what this one could be. Oh my God, it's a Trent Frederick heater, and it starts tonight. Let's get into it with the lead. Tried to draw a little flame there. Didn't do that well. Not my best work.
That's okay. It looks like an oil drop at least.
Yeah, there you go. That'll work, hey? That'll work. Welcome in, Oilers Nation every day. It is a game day edition of the show, which means Jay will join us at, oh my God, it's already 12:02 and Jay hasn't joined us yet?
I don't know. I don't think he's at the office.
I don't think he is either.
But I did just hear the elevator ding.
I don't think, does he have?
Jay wouldn't take the elevator.
No, he's a stairman.
He's too athletic.
Yeah. Anyways, welcome into the show. We're live from the Sports Closet studio. Check them out online at sportscloset.ca. I went to Sports Closet yesterday, did some Christmas shopping. St. Albert location. Can't tell you who I bought for because everyone in my family watches the show.
Wow, so loyal.
Could be anybody. Could be anybody.
You could have bought for us. We got a Christmas special coming.
We do. I did buy our gift yesterday.
I haven't considered doing it yet, but I will do it tonight.
We do a gift for the three of us?
Just one gift for the three of us?
Well, no. Oh, that's what I got you guys a group gift.
Oh, you got us both one gift.
I got you both one gift with two smaller parts on the side for you individually. That's your hint.
Should we switch it up this season? Should I be getting gifts for the combined both of you?
It's a good question.
That's a good flip.
How do you do that?
You're going to find out on Christmas Day when we release our Christmas episode.
Christmas Day.
Well, that's when we release that one, right?
I think we do it Christmas Eve.
Yeah, I think Christmas Eve.
We don't work Christmas Eve? Christmas Eve is a Wednesday?
We never work on Christmas Eve.
Oh, hell yeah, boys.
The Oilers play...
The Oilers play on the 23rd.
The Calgary, and then it's 3 days without a game.
Yeah, so at least I thought our live show schedule was Monday, Tuesday live, Wednesday Christmas special, Christmas Day obviously off. Boxing Day we have the Family Feud, which is the Friday, which is something you will not want to miss.
Yep.
And then we come back, and then we're Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yep.
New Year's Day we're off, back Friday.
Hell yeah, boys.
I think that's what we
Good
usually
plan,
do.
gentlemen. Break.
Glad we figured that out.
Christmas Eve we'll drop our... Because, Wednesday, then we don't have to do a show at all. I thought maybe we were going to drop our Christmas special on Christmas Day.
No, I think we usually do it on the day before.
When's the Oilers' last game?
The Tuesday, the 23rd.
Oh, they play a BOA, though.
We could do a home
We could do a 30-minute home show and then drop our Christmas special on. And then we have content every day for everybody.
Who do they play? They play the BOA.
It's a BOA recap. Wouldn't mind a quick BOA recap.
I didn't know they played Calgary.
Yeah.
Who do you have in postgame show on that day? And where is it is my next question.
It's at home. It's from home.
Oh, that's not a dog patch game.
Yeah.
We could all...
I might go to the game, though.
Oh, okay. Okay, let's
talk after the show.
Yeah.
They got
a live look into how we prep for this show.
Yeah, I legitimately there for about 2 minutes forgot we were live. That's usually how things work here. Anyways, Fighting Amish is Oilers Jeopardy next. I think it actually might be. That might be our next plan. Maybe like over the Olympic break or something.
I'm thinking over the Olympics. I'm working on some ideas for some original content.
Cool.
More game shows. If I can't be an actual game show host, damn it, I'll find a way to do it.
Yeah, I mean, create the life you want to live.
Come on.
The problem with the Jeopardy...
It takes so much brain.
a long... But I don't know how many more questions Aaron can come up with.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because you've already done it 3 times?
3 times.
Oh, no, sorry. I wasn't thinking Jeopardy. I was thinking Oilers Nation Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah,
I've never played the wheel.
That's what I'm thinking of working on here.
Interesting. I've never played Wheel of Fortune. I watched it. Either.
Also for Jeopardy, I mean, now that I know I can outsource to the chat and get them to help me come up with these things, I might have an avenue there as well.
Rye Spot is in. Says Tyler has some bold ankle showing considering the amount of snow yesterday. Yeah, but these are the pants I own, so that's life. Liam and I also wearing the exact same pants today. Same color and everything.
Always do. I just didn't wear gray today. They want to match with Jay.
We're both wearing... Oh,
Sweater.
the top. Yeah.
We're with green. Full Lulu gear.
Tammy is in and says, okay, I love that green chair. Struck tube, no free ads. No free ads.
And they're actually quite comfortable. Way better than the couch we used to have to sit.
Yeah, we sit in them every day. Welcome into the show, everybody. Game day edition of the program, obviously, is the Edmonton Oilers are in Boston to play the Boston Bruins. And Liam, today's a big day. You want to know why?
A lot of revenge games tonight.
Sure. We get to be joined by Pete Blackburn at 1 o'clock because they're playing the Bruins. Let's go.
I'm excited to talk to Pete. You can probably
There's
tell.
another reason why it's a big day.
It's just okay. I was thinking about this actually, and I don't think this is what you're going to say. But is today the last day of Beltmas?
Well, no. I think the 23rd would be the last day of Beltmas.
Beltmas is a state of mind.
But I
That's
thought
also
it
a
was
good point.
12 days of Beltmas.
I
when
think I
did-
just kind of sang that once for fun.
Oh, so it's not 12 days.
No, I don't think so.
Interesting.
If it is, I hope it's a big night.
Yeah, I just think today's kind of the last game of the soft schedule. That's what I was kind of thinking. Is like Beltmas might be over.
It's actually not the reason today's a big game.
Okay.
It's actually, you know what? I'll say this because I'm double checking the second part of this fact. I'm a little bit sad that this is the case. This is their last game in the Eastern time zone.
Really? They've played every team in the East?
They will not play another game in the Eastern time zone this season.
Thank God.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's good, though, from a production side of things. I'm quite appreciative of that. It is wild to think they've played every team in the East when you think about it. Yeah, I haven't considered that
All
at
season, Tyler, you've said after December 18th, they will not play. And here we
Damn.
are, December 18th.
So
Yeah.
what's their record?
Well, okay,
Well, their road trip was probably not as good as it should have been.
yeah. So they started the year with the 5-gamer where they crossed off both New York teams, New Jersey, Detroit, and Ottawa. So there's 5. Do you want to write down what their records are? We'll get their record actually on the road games.
Okay.
So in that stretch, they were 2-3.
2-3.
Okay. And then their next one, they went out on the road and they beat Philly, lost to Columbus, beat Carolina, lost to Buffalo, lost to Washington, lost to Tampa, and then beat Florida. So on top of that record, you're going to want to add in 3 wins.
Add 3 wins.
Add 3 wins.
Okay.
Add 3 losses and add an OT loss.
Oh, jeez. Okay, I think I messed it up, but we'll see.
Whatever.
Okay.
Who's actually keeping track? And then they went Toronto, Montreal, Pittsburgh. So add 2 more wins and a loss.
Okay.
And then what are we at for total games?
7-7-1.
That is 14. Tonight, Boston.
That is 14.
15.
No. That's 15.
15, then 16, yeah.
Right, of course.
So tonight's their final road game against the Eastern
Okay,
Conference.
so you could finish over 500 on the road.
Tonight's the swing game.
Unfortunately, a lot of those losses have been in places where they probably should have won games. Not even the hard buildings. You won in New York, you won in Toronto, you won in Florida. You had a narrow defeat in Tampa.
You had a Columbus loss and a Buffalo loss in there, yeah.
And an Islanders loss.
And a Detroit loss, depending on how you view
view
Detroit.
them. Yeah.
But anyways, it's also the final weekday 5 p.m. start of the season. So back half of the year, if you're someone who works a normal job and you hate having to get home for the 5 o'clock starts, this is your final weekday 5 o'clock start. There's a couple of 6s because they do still have to go play in the Central Division a few times. But yeah,
interesting.
Mulek says, thank God, get me back to late starts. I
prefer-
love a good 5 o'clocker, but I also love a good matinee. So like we still get enough matinees and good ones. They do have a 5:30 Amazon Prime start next Monday, but again, this is 2 Mondays from now. But this is their final.
Who do
5
they
p.m.
play in that 5:30?
Winnipeg.
It's probably actually a 6 o'clock start, no?
Well, it's Prime, so yeah, it'll probably drop at like 5:50.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, well, I'm glad it's over with. I, for one, don't love rushing home. I just feel like when an Oilers game ends, I just want to go to bed. Like, I feel like I shouldn't do anything after. I want to rush around and do everything before, and then get home for my games. So it's also an important game, too, because of what you have coming up this weekend with Minnesota and Vegas. Like, I hate to say it, but, like, you're probably sacrificing the Minnesota game in a way because you've not been very good on back-to-backs.
I highly doubt you win them both. Is kind of what
it's tough to win both. So if you want to go over 500 over this 3-game stretch, you have to win tonight. Mm-hmm. It's kind of the way I'm looking at it. I think it's a very important game.
There's an interesting player on waivers today.
Who?
I'm
Hunt?
curious. Yegor Zamula. He was a former Calgary Hitman.
Yeah.
Had an awesome WHL career. Has really struggled to find his footing in the National Hockey League. He's 6'3", 25-year-old defenseman.
Makes $1.7 million.
Ooh, I didn't see that. Okay.
Play either side.
Not that interesting anymore. I have no interest in a $1.7 million defenseman. I'm good on that front now. I thought maybe he'd be league minimum, and I was going to float you a question that I knew you'd say yes to.
My answer is yes. I would take Igor Zamula over Alec Regula.
You are...
I'm chawing out on Alec Regula
Matthias
right now.
Janmark is living good now because you have a new number 1 to hate.
I just think... I think it's pretty clear he's the 7th defenseman on this team. I think when the day comes that Wallman's back and everyone's healthy, I just don't see how you can play that guy consistently night to night. I've not given up on him by any means.
There's no debate, though.
No, I think last game, I don't think Nurse did anything perfect by any means, but I do think a lot of the things that are happening to Nurse right now are coming from a bit of what Regula is doing. And I just think that play at the end, I just think he's a bit lazy and a bit disrespectful to your goaltender, to be honest. Like, defend your damn blue line. You're one of the biggest guys on the ice. Play a bit of bully ball. Like, just push him down, And I just think sometimes he plays a bit too easy. And I know it was a while ago, but I do think that hit, what would it have been, against Vancouver, which was game 2. I do think that shook him a little bit. And I thought he was trending pretty well. But these past couple of games, he struggled. And I think the Oilers made the right decision tonight by going with it's Riley Stillman.
Stillman, yeah.
Who has played 160.
Regula's sick.
He is sick?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know he was sick. But Stillman, 160 games in the league, I think. He's not just some random AHL guy. He just played.
I do think so the Oilers say he's sick, and I'm not fully saying they're liars, but I think Bob was the one in his tweet who was like, Regula's been dealing with an illness for a few days. I think this might be a little bit of all right, buddy, you're sick.
Yeah, I think that's a good call. I think, again, he will be a fine defenseman in the NHL. I think Ty Emberson went through these struggles a little bit last season. But I think it's also important to recognize when these players are going through their struggles. Yeah. And again, to be honest, and maybe a bit too blunt, I think Mark Stewart failed to recognize that last game. That Regula was struggling. And I thought Stasny was playing well. I thought Emberson was decent. Nothing great by any means, but I thought he was fine. And I think he should have played a little bit more than what
the
Regula
minutes
played.
didn't match up at all with who was playing.
18 minutes at 5-on-5, which was it was either equal or just as much as equal or a little bit more than Ekholm.
Oh yeah, last game.
Like, what are we doing?
Regula and Nurse were far and away the most used defensemen.
Yeah, you give him time. He's only 25. He's barely played in the league, but
yeah,
I just think sometimes, again, you got to recognize where guys are at.
Yeah, and again, like, is he sick? Probably a little bit. But is it a coincidence that coming off his worst game of the year, you could argue, he's sitting and he had another bad turnover, like all that stuff, like not totally surprising. To your point with Darnell Nurse, where like, you're right, he's not in the clear. Darnell Nurse, I can't believe on December 18th in the year of our Lord 2025, I have to say this line again, but like, we all know Darnell Nurse will never be a $9.25 million defenseman.
Yeah, just to get that one out there again.
But is it a coincidence that, okay, let's read the goals for percentages at 5-on-5 of Nurse with different defensemen. With Brett, and I'm going from least minutes to most minutes. With Brett Kulak this year, 0% goals for. With Evan Bouchard this year, 75% goals for. With Troy Stetcher this year, 0% goals for. With Alec Regula this year, 33% goals for. With Jake Wallman this year, 47% goals for. Is it a coincidence that Darnell Nurse, when he plays with one of the Oilers' two best defensemen, and it's not much of a conversation, their two best defensemen are far and away Evan Bouchard and Jake Wallman?
Yeah, when they're on their day, they're the best.
Without a doubt. When Nurse plays with those guys, his numbers are better?
Yeah, I mean, you can't just string him with an anchor, which is what he's had to do a lot. And I know D. White's in our chat fairly often and says I think he's better when he plays with an NHL defenseman on a regular basis. And I think Stasny is an NHL defenseman too, for the record.
I've liked him a lot more than I thought I would.
And I think his quickness is quite noticeable.
Yeah.
So I'm curious how that works with Nurse tonight. I wonder if that could form a bit of something. I also think Nurse would be perfectly fine with Ty Emberson. Has he played with Emerson? Sorry, I don't remember if you said his name.
Ty Emberson, he's only played 11 minutes with Ty Emberson.
Okay, so it's not even worth digging into.
Yeah.
I was curious about Zamula. You want to know some numbers on Zamula?
I kind of do.
Okay. So this season, he is time on ice is 7th on the Philadelphia Flyers. He's only played 13 games, 172 minutes. His goals for percentage is 62%. He's been on the ice for 10 goals for, 6 against. His shots for, 55%. 78 shots for, 64 shots against. He's not bad. I went and looked, and he plays mostly when he's played with Noah Julius in it, 69 minutes. Actually, his worst numbers are with him. When he plays with Travis Sanheim, again, he's only been 11 minutes, numbers are promising. Shots are 8-1 in favor of that pairing. And even when he plays with Nick Seeler, who was his second most he's played with, 47 minutes, shots for percentage, 63%, goals for percentage, 83%. He might not be that bad, to be honest, but I just don't know if the Oilers want to go down that avenue of picking up a guy like that.
Would you trade David Tomashek for him?
Yes. I think it's important to have as many defensemen as you can, and I think Zamula actually has
the 1.7 just sucks, though, hey?
But if you were like, hey, he's an RFA at the end of the year, if you were like, can you just match the totals on the salary?
Yeah, just you keep 500, you get Tomashek, who can help you maybe score in your bottom six.
Yeah. I wonder if Philadelphia has 8 defensemen currently. It looks like they're keeping Emile Andre in the lineup.
He's been really good this year.
Instead of Zamula.
Yeah.
Also, Zamula undrafted.
Really? He was undrafted coming out of the dub.
Undrafted
I remember him being good with those Hitman teams.
Maybe he was good.
Yeah,
he was undrafted, came into the league. He actually only played 25 games in the American League before. Oh, no, sorry. He played a full season there, but played basically a full season in the American League and became a full-time NHL player.
I want to
get 4 on the year, too, and has 1 point.
I want to get some comments from you guys in the YouTube. Kale, I'd trade Tomashek for him because Tomashek ain't even playing. Good point.
Yeah.
And again, the Oilers clearly have enough offensive depth. Like, guys are going to come back. You trust Hudson. You have Howard. You have Jarventi. Like, you have guys who can come up. Mohammed's in. I always watch these live recordings on 2x speed, and now I'm tripping watching it live on 1x. You want us to try to talk really fast? No, we can't think that fast. That's the issue. I can understand why watching it on 2x works for you. Mulek, Stastny and Emberson are such a good pairing. They're oozing confidence.
I think they're playing well.
That play against Pitt when it was Mantha who kind of had a partial break, and it would have been a clean break because it was like that lob pass, and Stastny just turned on the burners and just caught him.
The only other defenseman that could have caught him was Nurse.
Totally.
They're the best 2 skating defensemen on the blue line.
MM9. Nurse isn't the reason why his numbers are better with Bush and Wallman.
What did he say, sorry?
Nurse isn't the reason why his numbers are better with Bush and Wallman.
Okay. Well, yeah, Bouchard and Wallman are the reason why.
His numbers get better when he plays with better defensemen.
Yeah, that was
our whole point here on Darnell Nurse is like, we aren't even being overly complimentary of Darnell Nurse in this conversation. No. He's not a guy who can... Are you okay, buddy? Okay. Need some water? Okay. Darnell Nurse is not a guy who can carry or drive a pairing. He is a good complementary defenseman, and I believe that. Mm-hmm. When you put him with a good partner and he plays a complementary role, he's actually quite solid. The numbers are good. I actually think they should look back at going to, for a relatively long sample size, I would look back at going to Nurse and Bouchard together.
I would too. Only when Wallman's healthy.
I kind of like, I think Stastny and Ekholm might be good together.
I guess you get the quickness back from Ekholm with Stastny. Stastny provides it, I guess.
Mm-hmm. But like the point is that Darnell Nurse is not driving a pairing for you. When you put him with even tonight with Stastny, although I'm willing to give it a look, but like when you had him with Kulak, when you have him with Stetcher, when you're asking Darnell Nurse to have to carry the pairing, he has to do too much, and that's not who he is. He does not have that in his game anymore. Yeah,
I agree. And you're asking him to do a lot, and he's just not capable of it.
Shuda says he's a 4 to 6 D man. He's a 4 or a 5. I agree with you on that. He's not a 6. He's better than a 6, but he's a 4 or a 5. If Darnell Nurse was an unrestricted free agent this July, he would get between $4 and $5 million a year. He absolutely would.
Yeah, I think he would get 6.
Yeah, probably.
6 what did Gavrikov get? I think he got 8. No.
Yeah,
I think he's not getting 8.
Not getting 8.
But I mean, like, his $9 million in today's NHL is still a massive overpay.
Yeah.
But he's only probably an overpay by $2.5 million, which is a player. Don't get me wrong. That's a significant amount of money. But like, with the money coming up, he's probably getting a decent amount back on it.
Yeah. Can I yell at Tyler Mulek about something?
Sure.
Enough with the Tomashek for Reichel. Lucas Reichel, I think, again, he got his fresh start. Vancouver played him out of the jump. He didn't produce. Lucas Reichel is a tweener.
I think if you can get him for nothing, I would take him.
I wouldn't touch him. I don't.
I think now that he's available to go to Bakersfield, though, I would take him. Because his cap is variable.
Sure. Like, if we were talking about him as like a Bakersfield farmhand for the rest of the season, then like, then in that sense, I don't care. His cap hit's not fully buryable. It costs you, I think, $50K. It costs you $50K to bury it, but who cares? It's $50K. I guess like if Muelich is talking like trade Tomasek for Reichel while he's in the minors, I'll give it some time. But Lucas Reichel's not going to find a spot to play here. He's not going to play an NHL game with the Edmonton Oilers, even if you acquired him. They acquired Sam Poulin. They would bring him up over Reichel.
I'm curious about that Sam Poulin guy. Did you hear his comments?
Fill me in.
He basically just called out the Penguins like they gave me no opportunity to actually have success.
How does 6 minutes a night with Trent Frederick sound, Sam?
But he's a point per game player he was a point per game player in the American League this season. I think he already played a game for Bakersfield. Yeah, he played 2 games, sorry. He's 2 points, 2 minutes, -2. He's a 2 guy. So I wonder, like, I don't have any expectations of this guy at all. But to be a point per game American League player isn't nothing. Like, I wonder if he can gain some confidence, and then it's like, hey, you're a former first-round pick. Let's give you a go in the NHL.
He was adamant that he's like, I am an NHL player. I am good enough to be in the big leagues.
Which I like the confidence from him. I think it is. What did you call him?
Swagger.
Oh, he has swagger. Mm-hmm. We'll see what he's got. He's played 15 games in the NHL. He's never had a goal, but we'll see. He scored in the American League. It's not nothing. We'll see what he's got.
Yeah, Mueller clarified. He's talking for AHL right now. I'm in. Like, again, sure. Also, you can make the argument Bakersfield needs a defenseman way more than they need a forward right now. Like, who were we talking to? Merrick yesterday about, like, just what a shit show the Condors are defensively?
Yeah, they are a bit of a roller coaster. But it sounds like Leppinen and Aki are kind of establishing themselves. I got to catch up on some Condors games over the break, but that's promising to me. I don't know if Leppinen ever plays in the NHL, though. I just don't. I think we would hate him. I really do. I think this fan base would turn on him pretty quick.
Give me worse Evan Bouchard.
Yes, basically. Give me Evan Bouchard, but he plays little defense. Like He's going to take a long time. He'd be one of those guys that if there's injuries at the end of the resting guys, he'll come up and play.
Thinking softer, less offensively gifted Evan Bouchard. That's what I'm thinking here.
Yeah.
And I'm being too mean to our friend Atro Leppinen.
It's good, though, that Aki's playing well. That is a huge positive. Huge positive.
Huge. I mean, that's some, like, again, we're talking next training camp when he's a Buffalo Sabre because you traded him for Alex Tuck. You were going to be thankful that he got hot for those 6 months so that we could put him in the Alex Tuck deal.
Kevy is a good one. Philip Lawson 2.0. Maybe a bit more offense from Atro. That's about it. The year that Philip Lawson started, like, he ran the first unit power play. He was in the Sean Horkoff trade.
He wasn't in the Sean Horkoff trade, baby. He was the Sean Horkoff trade.
God. What a crazy time that was.
Philip Larson and a 7th round pick for Sean Horkoff and Curtis Hamilton.
Who was the 7th round pick?
Ryan Lohan.
Never heard of him. I see Curtis Hamilton all the time.
But then we flipped him for a 5th.
Oh, upgrade.
Where do you see Curtis Hamilton?
He's the assistant GM of the Kelowna Rockets.
Really?
So when I go to these big events, I see Curtis Hamilton every day I'm there. He looks exactly the same as he did when he played NHL hockey.
Philip Larson's forehead is so big.
Yeah, he's a big forward. Not much else was good about him.
How was he a good man?
No, he was not a good player.
No. Don't worry, I wasn't going there. I was gonna say, was he a good AHL like offensive producer? And he.
Oh, I never knew he was Danish. I thought he was Swedish.
Okay.
He did 12 points in 30 games for the Oilers. It's not terrible.
His fore's huge.
Jeez.
Yeah, wear a hat. Okay. I don't know if Jay's coming today.
I don't think he is.
So, like, I had a whole segment for us to do with him, but...
Well, maybe Aaron can play with us.
Yeah, I mean, we could.
You go.
I was going to switch gears.
I was going to tell everyone that we hit our goal.
Did we just hit it?
We did it last night.
Oh, we did?
Yeah. I did text and say, congratulations, we did it. And
I just thought you were saying that preemptively.
I didn't respond, and Tyler responded with something completely unrelated.
Yeah,
did
I can't remember what you said.
Classic.
We hit 1 million views yesterday on the show.
Yeah.
For the first time in our history. There you go. Eli made a great poster of the 3 of us. Shout out Eli for doing that. Honestly, pretty amazing.
Yeah, I'm pretty blown away.
Yeah, to get 1 million. Obviously, the Oilers have had a lot of success, and we've been able to capitalize on that. But it's real now. Thanks everyone for listening and watching. I guess specifically watching, because this is just YouTube. Our podcast downloads are up quite significantly too. So
yeah, we were, I think, just over 750,000 on podcasts this year, which we're not done yet. So we'll probably hit about like 800,000.
Probably
just north of 800,000 on there. This doesn't include the people, and there are a lot of them who just like consume our show via clips and through like watching the YouTube shorts and the shorter stuff that we do. But for like, again, we love our Spotify friends, but like our core of watching the show live on YouTube, to think that over the course of the last 365 days,
not even.
Well, yeah, not even, but like there were 1 million instances where somebody somewhere, whether you are in Germany watching our show, or whether you're in Edmonton or Grand Prairie or wherever you are, 1 million times over the last 365 days, someone sat there and went, I want to hang out with Tyler and Liam for an hour.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It is cool. And obviously it's the three of us on the poster, but I think a big shout out goes to our other producers who worked on the show. Brett obviously did a lot of our clips last season. Yeah. Eli this year. Reese has helped out a lot too. And
Pat stepped in the big chair.
Yeah, everyone's taking a strong effort, but like
some people don't realize this. A lot of people work here. We're a pretty big company.
They've done a good job of helping us spread the message on it too. So shout out to those guys. And I can't believe it. If I have to be honest, just like knowing, like, what did you say? 3 white boys from the suburbs?
How did 3 white boys from the suburbs get to this point? But Liam, like, Dad, like, the fact that this job even exists, so we get to do this every day, but then you look at that and you think, you know how many people 1 million is? That's a ton, brother.
That's so many people.
It is cool.
I'm proud of what we've done here, and we ain't done yet.
No, we're not done. If the Oilers don't make the cup final this year, it might be hard to hit 1 million again. But we will push.
But it's a cup year.
No, see, and like honestly, I think we would.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, maybe. Man. I think even like coming into this year, and Mulek says a good point, from a couple of years ago, we'd have less. Like, remember the first show, we hit 100 concurrent live viewers? How excited we were that like 100 people watched us. And he says like 4 digits basically every lunchtime of people who want to watch this show live. And like, again, we don't take it for granted that you guys spend time with us every lunch hour, and the people who maybe even watch like later on in the evening. Like, you told the story of when you were walking around your neighborhood and someone just had our show on their TV. Like,
that's crazy.
It's wild. Again, it's wild. All I've ever wanted to do is just like talk about the Edmonton Oilers. I'm super grateful that we got like the platform to start this show. And I think it is, to pump our own tires, like a testament to our hard work that we were able to build something like this to the point where, I mean, you can go look at the other shows that stream around this time. Like, you guys pick us. So, like, we're obviously very grateful for that. But it's another big reason why, you know, people who maybe don't have, like, and this is just like a whatever, but, like, the same grasp on what the industry is now. And, like, even, like, family members of mine will be like, so, like, you're going to, one day, you're going to, like, get a big job with Sportsnet, or do you think TSN? And it's like,
I have the big job.
It's like, I'm literally never going to, as long as Jay continues to wire me money on the 15th and the 30th of every month. That's actually not how our pay works. We have an HR department. But like, as long as Jay and everyone else, all the higher ups, will continue to let you and I sit in these 2 chairs or wherever and talk about the Oilers at noon every single day, I swear to God, I will never go anywhere. And I don't want to go anywhere else. This is the best job in the world.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. Yeah. It's life's good. Life is good. So again, thank you, everyone. It's pretty cool. I'm sure when my parents moved here from England, they didn't suspect I would be doing a hockey show, but it worked out great. Yeah. So it's cool.
Yeah, I mean, Mulek made a joke about how Bob had to move his show because he was scared of y'all. Buddy, Sportsnet had to send out a company-wide memo because they were scared of us. So we're gonna keep growing, and that's the other thing to this. The last thing I'll say, then we'll stop pumping our own tires. We'll get back to the Oilers game here. We also like. The Oilers do not acknowledge us at all. Mm-hmm. We get, you know, there's a reason we've never had a guest from the Oilers. We've got more legal letters than guests. But I mean, I shouldn't have said that. But like, right? Like, Sportsnet won't let any of their employees come on our show anymore. Like, I feel like the other thing, you know, and there's other stuff behind the scenes here, but like, we've been kicked a couple times.
Oh yeah.
And we just keep plugging along. So anyways, thank you everybody in the YouTube chat. We hit 1 million.
Next up, 2 bajillion.
I don't think At some point, there's probably a cap of how many Oilers fans are around to watch our show. And I do think we're at the point where I think a lot of Oilers fans know we exist and know the show exists. And I think there are a lot of people who just don't like us who will never be viewers. But that's fine.
That's fine. You're allowed your opinions.
Yeah, we'll never convert them. To all the guys at Beer League who say, nobody listens to your shitty podcast, 1 million people do.
Boom. 1 million people listen to our shitty podcast.
I'll say it right now to the haters. Tyler's not that bad. I swear. He's a great dude. He's a great dude.
Yeah.
If he was bad, I don't think Aaron and I would be here every day.
You guys would be working with me. Yeah.
Tyler, you do a great job. Show wouldn't be the same without you both.
Yep. Anyways, good job, boys. That's a nice little accomplishment. Maybe we'll go out and celebrate 1 million views.
We got a Christmas party tomorrow.
Yeah, we do. Let's get just off our face drunk. So stupid.
Oh, no. I have 2 Christmas parties tomorrow, so hell yeah.
Okay. Let's get back into the game day preview. It's brought to you by our friends at Oodle Noodle. That's another thing. Wouldn't be here without our great partners. And Oodle Noodle is certainly one of them. They keep us fed. You can add 2 green onion cakes, 5 spring rolls, or 6 wontons to your order for just $2. Any signature premium box in-store or online. OodleNoodle.ca. Game preview. Regula out. Liam writes, thank fuck in the prep sheet. Trying to drop less F-bombs, but Liam put it there, and I'm going to read it. But I'm excited to see what Riley Stillman can do. Okay.
Yeah. This is...
Yep. That's a defense.
So Riley Stillman last played in the NHL for, I think it was the Florida Panthers, if I'm not mistaken. It's Carolina, sorry. He's played 163 games in the league, 111 penalty minutes, 4 goals, 26 points. He was drafted by Florida in 2016. Played for Chicago, played for Vancouver, played for Buffalo, played for Carolina. This season in Bakersfield, 22 games, 2 goals, 7 points. He's -8 on the season. I suspect he will play maybe 8 minutes.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be rotating quite a bit here.
Yeah, instead of 11 and 7, they're going to do 12 and 5.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I'm not worried about him.
But, like, you're also on the road with back-to-backs coming up. Like, you can't just run guys into the ground. Like, I agree with you that that's what's going to happen. I just don't think it's right. I don't think you can run guys into the ground, especially at this point in the season.
Yeah, maybe they trust him in a little bit more. Like, what do you think is fair? Like, last game we did the over-under for Hudson at 8.5, which I do think if it was more of a 5-on-5 game, he would have hit that. Obviously, he didn't hit it.
Yeah, because there was, 11 power plays in that game?
There was 10 power plays in the game, and one of them was an extended 5-on-3, which is like a 5-minute of the game.
There was a point where I think 4 minutes of game time went by, and, like, no one outside of the top power play played.
Yeah, exactly. So I will say 11.5 over under. What are you guys taking? I'll say over. I think he'll touch probably 12. Maybe they give him some penalty killing.
Hudson?
Stillman.
Oh, Stillman. Yeah, I'll say 11.5.
Okay. Right on the dot.
Right on the
That
dot.
was my over under. You can't go.
Yeah, I'm going under.
You can't push.
I'm going under.
11:31.
Okay, so over.
Also, Riley Stillman, son of Corey Stillman, where I was talking to Pat earlier, and I said, why do I know who that is? He was on the Carolina Hurricanes in 2006. Bad blood in there.
They tied that Stanley Cup final. Yeah, 3-3.
Oh, yeah, they never played Game 7. Yeah.
And then there was the Meteor. Anyways, Oilers forward group, more or less the same in the top. McDavid, Nuge, Hyman, of course. Draisaitl, Podkolzin, and Savoy, of course. Henrique with Mangiapane and Janmark. And this has been a little bit of a thing online that some people have been talking about, that Henrique, if you actually just look at the minutes he plays with not Trent Frederic, is having a relatively decent season.
Interesting.
That's pretty damning, I think. And we talked about how, like, we haven't been super offended with Adam Henrique's game, not to the same level of a Frederic or a Mangiapane, even though Henrique still gets lumped into that sort of conversation. But yeah, this year when Henrique's been on the ice with Trent Frederic, he's getting outscored 10-3, but the expected goals are 37%. So, like, again, getting outscored bad, expected goals also bad. When he's alone without Trent Frederic, he's getting outscored 9-5 still, but the expected goals are actually 58%.
Interesting.
So, like, there is something to, like, Henrique might be playing some decent hockey when he's not with Trent Frederic, and it's important to note that basically none of those minutes come with Connor, Leon, or Nuge. It's basically always Rico with some other bottom 6 guys, but I'm excited to see Rico away from Freddie. Mangiapane gets moved up. This forward group doesn't look good when you look at the bottom 6. We're running a fourth line tonight that is Trent Frederic centering Max Jones and Quinn Hudson. I don't even know what I'll do. I'll do a shoey tomorrow if that line scores a 5-on-5 goal.
That line's starting the game.
Are they?
That line will start the game. Max Jones, former Boston Bruin. Trent Frederick, former Boston Bruin. Quinn Hudson, former BU Terrier, I think they were called. Kirsten Outlook does this all the time, right? When guys go back to their hometowns or a city that means something to them, they start the hockey game. So I think that line will start the hockey game tonight. And I hope Max Jones and Quinn Hudson can have a bit more of an impact on it. And obviously Frederick too. But Max Jones, someone pointed out in the chat the other day when he played, 5-6 minutes, whatever it was, 4 hits in the game. That's good. At least you're trying to establish something. I thought Hudson looked better in his last shift of the game, but obviously wasn't able to establish much ice time due to the power plays we spoke about already. But I wasn't that offended either by what the third line did last game. I think the problem with them is that they're just neutral. They just don't. They're not doing a lot either way. You know what I mean? You need a bit more, but also like I've been thinking about this a lot, and the depth is obviously a problem.
Yes.
And you're never going to be fully healthy. Maybe you will be some games, but for the most part, there's probably one guy who's out at least.
Yeah.
But when Brozovic and Kapanen come back, I just think your problems might go away. You know what I mean?
So give me the forward lines again. You said something like they don't do much. Breaking even would be a win for anybody in that bottom six right now with the way things are going.
So that trio, Henrique, Mangiapane, Mark played 40 minutes together this season. Goals for 1, goals for against 1. Shots is 43%.
Sorry, what's the goal percentage?
50%. They're 1-1.
Oh, they're 1-1. Okay.
Yeah. So they're just neutral. They're just guys who go out there. They might get a shout some nights, might not.
That's a win.
Yeah. I agree. They need to score more, of course. And I would like them to sustain a bit more offensive zone time, but they're not getting buried, which is good too, I guess.
When Kapanen and Roslovic come back, how does this sound? Top 6 stays the same. Third line, Rico, Kapanen, Roslovic.
Yeah.
Like that line actually probably bangs pretty hard.
Oh, no.
No.
I would have Mangiapane on there.
I think he stinks, though. That's my beef.
But I just think the upside is probably more there than Kapanen.
Kapanen, though, you need someone who's going to forecheck.
Yeah, I guess either one. I don't think you can go wrong if they're both playing at their abilities.
For everything Roslovic does that I love, for what I do still like and have time for with Rico, they are not forecheckers. You need someone who's going to be F1, right? F1, okay. F1. That's an important role. I don't even necessarily know if Mangiapane is a great F1. I think he's more Roslovic light. I think he gets in there sometimes. He's just not good at it.
That's fair.
And then your fourth line would be Frederick, Mangiapane, and Janmark. And it's not a good fourth line, but that's just what you deal with.
Are we missing a player? I feel like we're missing one. I guess maybe Tomasek or Lazar.
How damning is it that Curtis Lazar's hurt and Max Jones stays in over David Tomasek? He's done. He might play another game as an Edmonton Oiler, but I bet you he plays less than 5. They're going to find a new home for him.
I wonder if Mangiapane is a new home. I wonder if the Arvidsson thing lingers over me from last season, where it's just look, it's clearly not working. You feel it, we feel it. Can we find you a home where you can go? His contract's not that bad at the end of the day. He's full no trade. I understand that, but I wonder if
full no trade that this summer converts to a why do they do this shit? 5-team trade list. Why does Andrew Mangiapane need a 5-team trade list in the last year of his contract?
He does.
You're right. I do think there is something he's 29 years old. He doesn't have a history here. He wasn't on either of those cup run teams. It's not like he feels I'm right there to winning a cup with these guys. He was never a part of it. I think there is a world where they find a new home for Andrew Mangiapane at some point. And oh my God, if you can get that $3.6 million off the books, I'd be so excited.
Yeah, and I would dump him for nothing. You got him for nothing. What does it matter what you get back?
Well, you got Roslovic.
The cap space is more important than the 4th round pick you might get.
Totally.
And people saying who would want him? Honestly, the East is such a mushy middle that there might be a team so hypothetically, I don't know what their cap situation is. Ottawa, who's maybe a fresh environment for this guy. We can bump him up a little bit.
Chicago.
Sure, anyone.
Someone with money, right?
Injuries will come and someone will become.
Yeah, around the deadline, those guys do have some value.
Ooh, he gives me Winnipeg Jet vibes. I don't know.
I thought about Winnipeg too. I just don't know if you can convince him to go to Winnipeg.
That's a decent point.
Although he did come to Edmonton and he played in Calgary.
That's also a decent point. I don't think he's a Hurricane.
I think he could become a Dallas Star.
They don't have. Well,
they now have the second money.
Yeah, but then going into next year, I don't think they would sign it. If he was a pending UFA, I would agree with you, but I don't think he.
I think you got to find a team that knows they can't get the top guy.
Yeah,
like Chicago might be a good example. Like you said.
Like Dallas might get Alex Tuck.
Yeah.
I want to get to a couple of comments, and then I want to do our little this or that would you rather game.
Okay.
This is the nicest thing you can say to me. It came from Drip Ring. Tyler, I don't always agree with you, and some of your takes are frustrating. However, you're one of my favorite people to listen to daily. Keep up the good work. That's all I want.
There you go. We don't need you to agree
hate
with
some
us.
of the shit I say, but you see enough logic in it, or like you enjoy the product, or you enjoy Liam and Aaron enough to like keep coming back, then that means we're doing a good show because we want to say a bunch of different things. Who's MP?
I don't know.
Someone said Toronto was the rumor for Mangiapane.
I think in the summer he was linked to Toronto.
Him and Tree Living. Tree Living was his GM in Calgary.
Right. If they were like, hey, you have to take Dakota Joshua, but we'll take Mangiapane, would you do it?
Is Dakota Joshua pending
I
UFA?
have no idea. He's just the first guy I thought of who isn't doing well.
No, Dakota Joshua has more term.
Oh, then no. No, thank you.
If they said... I mean, I don't think they're like, what's the fucking deal with airline food? What's the deal with Nicholas Robertson? You know that old joke? What's the deal? I feel like we've been saying what's the deal with about Nicholas Robertson in the same way. It's been like 3 years of like, Nick Robertson wants out. And then he starts playing well, and it's like the Leafs are shopping Nick Robertson. And then he starts playing bad, and it's like Nick Robertson wants out again. And then it's just this cycle.
Sounds like a guy I wouldn't want in my organization.
Yeah. Throwing a pick and get Bobby McMahon.
Sure.
White Court.
Wainwright.
Same thing.
Wainwright,
Alberta.
Jay won't be here today, by the way. He's on a plane.
Yeah, he texted us back and said he's on the plane.
Yeah.
That's on me. I don't know where that guy is half the time.
No, I don't recall either.
I swear to God I saw him at the office today, but I clearly didn't. Whatever. Yeah. Someone said, yes, let's trade Mangiapane. Someone Mangiapane for Nick Robertson. Mangiapane for Matias Maccelli. Now, there's an idea I can get behind. Give me a third line that's Maccelli, Roslovic, and Henrique.
I don't know enough about Maccelli.
Italian, but Finnish.
Does he have Finnish?
Had some good runs in Utah.
Yeah, he did. I just like...
25, so he's younger. RFA, keep his right, sign him for cheap.
No, I need someone better than that. I don't even want anything for Mangiapane.
I know, I want the cap space.
I want the space, and then I can go get something better.
Yeah, but I also think there might come a point where it's problem for problem. Like a team's not just going to take. I don't know. We'll see. He's got an extra year, and that might hurt you. Someone said, if you trade Mangiapane, how are you going to replace him? Easily is my answer to that. Let's keep going along here with the show. So I got some questions here in lieu of us not having a second guest on today's show. So this is this or that. I give you two scenarios, and you have to pick A or B. All right? These are all like hypothetical things that obviously cannot happen, but I think they're fun thought exercises.
Okay, let's make a YouTube video.
Question number one. We obviously all love Vasily Podkolzin's contract extension. We obviously all hate Trent Frederick's contract extension. Podkolzin signed for 8 years. Podkolzin signed for 3 years.
Yes.
Frederick signed for 8 years. You're this or that. Would you rather double Vasily Podkolzin's extension to a 6-year extension or cut Trent Frederick's in half to a 4-year deal? Double Podkolzin to 6 years at his cap hit or get out of Trent Frederick half as fast?
I think I'm doubling Pods. I would like to take the positive out of this, and I know I can get more out of Podkolzin. I just think the cap's going up so much that I can just deal with a Trent Frederick deal that's bad for a few years. And I also think I can trade it. I really do think they can move it a few years from now. Not anytime soon, don't get me wrong, but like year 4 of that deal when it's like I'm getting rid of him anyway. So I would double.
I'm also of the belief that the positivity optimism side of this, that Freddie has to eventually play better than this, and that I have still some belief in him. And Pods, we all know how much we love Pods and the evolution of his game this season. I would double up on that immediately.
So can I give you my counterpoint? Because I do actually think I would want to double Pods as well. Because getting him at $2.9 million in the back for like
incredible,
insane. What do you think if Pods keeps going the way we hope he keeps going? What do you think the most is he's ever worth as a player?
5-6 million.
let's even be generous. Let's say it's 6.
Okay.
Then you're actually ahead giving him 6 and not having Trent Frederick because you're saving 3.8 versus the 3.1 you're saving, or 3.05.
But if I just double his contract, then I can just get another player.
See what you're saying?
Yeah.
See what you're saying?
So I think I would take the positive of doubling Pods because he's obviously playing well. Doubling his years, not his money, by the way.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah, it's just years.
Yeah.
The money stays the same, but it's the years.
And I think Frederick will eventually get better because he's terrible. Right
and that's what a lot of people are saying. Like, wait for Freddie to get healthy. I see someone comment.
I think he's healthy, by the way. He's just playing bad.
Frederick will get comfortable in time, just needs to settle into a hard role. That was something Spec asked Knobloch about today.
Oh, what did he say?
Spec just kind of someone asked us what we thought about it, but it was like Spec just kind of asked Knobloch, like, do you feel like this player doesn't have a role? I didn't get Knobloch's response, but Spec asked him.
Exciting to hear that one.
Freddie will get comfortable in time, just needs to settle into a hard role. Sorry. So Freddie has to get better sometime. You mean like Jack Campbell? Goalies are different, though.
Yeah.
Because you can't hide or change the role of a bad goalie. A bad goalie has to stand in the crease and stop pucks. A forward who's underperforming, you can teach them how to penalty kill. You can, do a whole bunch of things. So,
and also, too, Frederick still makes basically half the money that Jack Campbell made. Right?
That's all. He's cheaper, right? Like,
yeah,
$3.8 million on your fourth line sucks, but it isn't like totally kneecapping your ability.
It's not damning.
Yeah, it's not that damning. A $5.5 million goalie who has to go to the American League is pretty damning. So
people keep saying he's. I just think if Frederick was injured, they would not be playing him.
They would sit him down for 2 weeks and say, "Get healthy and reset yourself."
Yeah, they do. They look at all the players that are out right now.
Yep.
Look, they literally did it to Ovechkin last season.
81% of the people who voted along in the chat on that one said they would double Vasily Podkolzin.
Exciting.
That was admittedly my best question.
Okay, excited for the rest.
You can give Stan Bowman a Christmas gift.
Okay.
Under the tree for Bowman, you can put his 2026 first round pick right back in the system at no cost. He just gets it back for free. Maybe the NHL investigates the Sharks and they give it back.
Yeah, makes sense.
Or you can give Stan Bowman an extra $5 million in cap space. Do you give him back the first round pick or do you give him back the cap space?
The cap space, because you still have 2027 first round pick, 28 and 29. I think you have things to play with there already. And $5 million looks like Jared McCann money to me.
Hear me out.
Hear me out before you get ahead of yourself.
I thought that was...
You write the questions, I'll give the answers.
But I thought your answer was that's Jared McCann.
I did.
No, Liam gets a solo.
Then I had another thought.
Sure.
You know how the season is going already for the Oilers.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know how it's going next season. It's like, do you want a boat or do you want a surprise, what is it, mystery box that could be a boat? I want a mystery box that could be a boat. Well, like next season, if the Oilers stumble again and teams gradually get better, I think the Oilers will be fine, by the way. But like Anaheim's obviously improving, San Jose's improving. Where do Vancouver and Calgary turn next season? Like I think their division's becoming more competitive. Is kind of my point.
Yep.
Like there's a chance where the path to the Stanley Cup final gets a lot more difficult for the Oilers next season, the year after, than this season. Hypothetically, that first round pick might go from 29th this season to 20th, whatever, you know what I mean, a first round exit would be. That would be my logic, is I can get a better pick next season than this season.
Here's why I like the first round pick.
Okay.
Your McCann example, sure, but there's no guarantee you get him. So let's use Alex Tuck as the example in this hypothetical. The cost to acquire Alex Tuck, we'll say, is a first round pick plus a little bit. If you got back your 2026 first round pick, and you get Buffalo to keep half because he's a pending UFA. That's a prerequisite on the deal no matter what. You can afford Alex Tuck this year with a first round pick. And then going into next year, you still have a first round pick that you can trade in the summer and get even better on top of that after you re-sign Alex Tuck.
But with the $5 million too, you hypothetically don't even have to use your first round pick.
But who are you getting without giving up the first? That's good.
Trent Frederick for a second last year.
Aaron, which one would you pick?
I think I'm going with win now. I think I'm a simple win now kind of guy, so I would do the cap space this season, $5 million. You got Connor for a couple more seasons. It has to be. We've gotten this debate this year.
I know.
It is win now mode always. You do whatever you can to win now. So I'm doing that.
If you're watching the stream right now and you're liking what we're doing, please like the video.
It helps.
And also, please subscribe.
Also would help.
Subscriptions are good.
And to the sauce.
And yeah, subscribe to the sauce.
My thing is just like the extra $5 million helps you this year. The extra first would allow you to get better this year while also getting better next year too. Like there's a ripple effect to it where the $5 million in this hypothetical goes away and then it's gone.
Yeah.
81% of you go extra $5 million. I agreed with the majority on the pods thing. I think it made sense. Although like dollars wise, you could make the case that maybe. But extra $5 million, no, I'm going to say the first round pick this year. Like you can go get Alex Tuck for the 2026 first this year, and then next year at the deadline, you're like, sweet, we have the 2027 and the 2028 first round pick at our disposal. But 80% of you go ahead and say, extra $5 million. Here's the third one I got for you. I was watching Golden Knights and Devils last night. God damn, Connor Brown looked good. He scored a goal. I was like, man, I kind of want that guy back. Corey Perry's also having a good year in LA. You can bring back either one of them, contracts aside. Who do the Oilers miss more, this or that? You can bring back Corey Perry or Connor Brown for free right now.
I think I am going to go with Connor Brown for the reason of the Oilers are surviving without Corey Perry in the top six.
Correct.
I think people forget, and I've admittedly forgot about it too. Corey Perry kind of took over that power play role, even when Hyman was healthy last season. And now Hyman's back and he's doing perfectly fine. He's doing actually way better than fine, but you know what I'm saying. Where the bottom six is struggling to score. And I know Brown obviously had the first season where he just didn't score at all, but then gradually picked it up from there. So I'm going to go with Connor Brown because then, again, in this hypothetical world, your third line is Connor Brown, Adam Henrique, and Jack Roswick.
Pretty good.
That's
Aaron?
pretty good.
For me, I'm going without a doubt. It has to be Connor Brown in this situation. Just that the Oilers with their, and I heard you under your breath mention Jack Roslovic.
Yeah,
I think where Corey Perry helps was on the power play last year and big goals like that. But the Oilers power play back to number one in the NHL right now. They don't need that help. They have Jack Roslovic in the wings. And then the one area that has been surprisingly solid for the Oilers is the PK, but it could always get better. And Connor Brown was exactly that guy. And I just think of life with Connor Brown over Andrew Mangiapane in the bottom six. We don't live in that world.
I like Connor Brown.
This is a good hypothetical world, and I want to live in that.
Is there, to throw a third wrinkle in it, this, that, or the other? We'll call this one.
Sure.
Who's the other? Like, if it wasn't one of those two, there's one player, since you went to the Cup final 2 years ago, who is that player you would bring back? If anyone.
There is a weird, sneaky case to be made for John Klingberg.
I think there is a funny one. He's doing perfectly fine in San Jose.
Doing really good in San Jose.
He's been scratched earlier in the season, but
I don't think he'd actually be my answer, but he's closer to being the answer than you think.
I just think you're in this scenario now. Hypothetically, John Klingberg's on your team. You're able to move on from Brett Kulak a lot easier.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Klingberg, Holloway.
Yeah, I mean, the Holloway and Broberg are just too obvious for me, and like there were extenuating circumstances. Someone said Nick Bukestad.
That's what I was going to say.
Jugs.
Bring back Jugs. But you don't really need like a fourth line guy. My answer is Brett Kulak.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's a good answer.
That's a good one. Mine is Broberg.
I mean, yeah. Your blue line's a lot different, but trickle effect is if you kept Broberg, you maybe can't afford Wallman. So do you ever get Wallman? I think I'd still take Broberg, but like there is that. I don't think they get Jake Wallman.
But no, I think you could. You would just have to be more creative with your forward group, and you just wouldn't have a Mangiapane, for example. So, like realistically, if it was like Perry, Brown, or Broberg in this example, and you have all the cap space, the cap is the way it is with those players. Like it's Broberg, and you just don't sign those guys, and then you bring back. You have like you just have to go out and sign Lazar, and you're like they do have decent cap hits on this bottom six. You just don't have Mangiapane.
63% of you said bring back Connor Brown. I'm surprised this one wasn't as big of a blowout as the other two.
I just think that Corey Perry was a huge fan favorite. He's a very unique player. it's hard not to love what Corey Perry brings to your team. It's very easy to hate everything he does. I'm super curious what he will be like when the Oilers play him.
Yeah, we haven't seen that yet. Yeah. Obviously, good point. A couple more for you. Oh, actually, last one.
Okay.
This one I think is a good one. You can either, A, guarantee a trip to the Western Conference Final for the Edmonton Oilers, or B, guarantee that if you get there, all three of Dallas, Colorado, and Minnie are out. Whoever the wild card team is on that side of the bracket, that is who you're getting in the Western Conference Final if you get there. So you can either guarantee getting there, or you can guarantee that if you get there, you're playing an inferior opponent. Which one do you take?
This is an interesting one to think about for a couple of reasons. One, basically your first one, if they make it to the finals, can the Oilers beat one of those three teams 4 times? I think the answer is yes. Throughout 7 games, I would put their chances as like probable. But the other side of it is that team that gets to it, so it would be Winnipeg, Utah, maybe it's Anaheim, to be honest.
Could be LA.
Could be LA. That means they would have beaten 2 of those teams on the way there.
Yeah. Like weird shit happens all the time, you know what I mean? Teams get to the Western Conference Final, get swept all the time.
I think I would go with the guarantee of not playing one of those 3 teams.
I think I would too.
I would.
I also would go that. I don't want no guarantees. I want to earn my trip to the Stanley Cup, all right? No asterisks, no nothing. You play who you play.
And again, this is a magic fairy tale world that we're obviously doing this in. But there is another part of me that's like, you know, Dallas, Colorado, Mini, which everyone gets there, might just be beat to shit, right? Like they might be wobbling and hobbling with 3 guys out of the lineup. Like, I know I'm scared of Mini. I'm scared of all those teams. Like they all have good young goalies. They all have, you know, Colorado maybe doesn't have as good of a blue line as the other 2, but Colorado still has that high-end skill that can go toe-to-toe with the Oilers, which, I mean, you could argue that's something that hurt Dallas in the past too. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
I've decided that the Oilers are going full Colorado Avalanche this year. Like everyone talks about the goalies, but I think there's also the aspect of they basically changed their entire roster just on the fly. And it kind of goes with, I think both our points would be made if this was to happen. Is like you go all in, but you also reset a lot of things too. Mm-hmm. And I really do feel that's the way Stan Bowman is looking at this. Because there was speculation from Bob yesterday too of like, the Oilers are going to go get another forward. We also think they need another goalie. Obviously, Jeff talked to us yesterday about Alex Lyon. I think they probably need another defenseman.
They need a lot.
I think, as much as I believe the Oilers can win the Stanley Cup for 2 obvious reasons, I do think this needs to be, they need to realize where they're at, and I think some of these plays just aren't good enough. But also, I believe that when you get to the playoffs, it's a completely different game, and once a guy gets hot, he's red hot for basically the entire run. Mm-hmm. So that's where I'm at with things. So I think Colorado has inspired Stan Bowman. Because you got to think, like for people who don't know, they obviously got Brock Nelson.
Yeah.
Ryan Lindgren was another guy. They got both the goalies. I feel like I'm missing one other player.
Yeah.
Charlie Coyle. They got Charlie Coyle.
For Middlestat.
Thanks.
Yeah. They did so much in-season surgery.
And then they were able to flip Miles Wood and Charlie Coyle for Gavin Brindley. And I think it was a 2nd-round pick, maybe
cap dump, but it worked out because Brindley's good.
Yeah, so I think that Bowman actually wants to go with the approach of Colorado in the sense of like organizational surgery throughout the season. Mm-hmm. Nature's too from Yana. That's a good one. Wow. Obviously, they got rid of Rantanen, which does change things. But also go with the Florida approach where he tries to restructure the cap space, which I think we've already started to see with Brett Kulak out the door and Stasny in.
I think it's a good point. 53% of you said you'd take the guaranteed Western Conference Final. I actually think this is one where the other ones, I think there was a clear right and wrong answer for all of them. This is one where, like, I don't know if there is a clear right or wrong answer. I
don't know either, because I think both answers are right.
Yeah.
Because I think the Oilers can beat those 3 teams, Minnesota, Colorado, Dallas, in a 7-game series. But I also would love not to play any of them.
Yeah.
And having the guarantee means the Oilers, I think the Oilers can beat anyone in their division in a 7-game series. Yeah. And I think that I truly believe they are the best team in the deal. Mm-hmm. In the division.
Tyler, let me throw this or that your way. It just popped in my head during. Would you rather watch a Blue Jays World Series or Bills Super Bowl? I just thought of both tortured fan bases, like losing last year and then the Bills. Sorry to put you on the spot, but I was curious.
I think the answer to my this or that is I'm not picky. I take whatever falls in front of me. There's a little bit more of like the camaraderie aspect of the Blue Jays with me, where like I have a bunch of buddies who are like Jays fans, and like it'd be the whole country
you live
getting
in
it.
Canada as opposed to just Buffalo.
But God damn it, I want Josh Allen to win a Super Bowl so bad, and he deserves a Super Bowl so much. So like putting me in a spot where I'm potentially taking that away from him hurts. I think I might lean Blue Jays, just because again, whole country, all of that. Like somehow the clip came up of the Oilers crowd erupting when Jack Michael, like when they thought the Jays had won the World Series on the big screen. God damn it. I can't. That sucks. I'll pick the Jays, and I want to stop talking about it.
I got one quick one while we wait for Pete here. Someone just threw it in the chat. What was its name? Honto Mo won.
Hontorio Momes.
Oh, cool. Was the Stu trade the most emotional trade of the 97 era? The only other one I can think of that was like a player who was like beloved in a dressing room was the Tyson Berry trade. But I don't know if we felt the same way about Berry because he wasn't here long enough. And we also, you got to remember, we weren't really in the arena for the Tyson Berry era.
And
if you want to call
there
it
was
era.
the clear, like...
It was no question Ekholm was better.
It's like, holy shit, we got Matthias Ekholm.
Yeah.
No one was running around going, holy shit, I can't believe we landed Tristan Jarry. Sorry.
It's the riskiest one. And I don't think people fully understood what I meant with that. But like you brought it up, it's like, this is the guy you've locked yourself to. Mm-hmm. And I believe in Jarry. I think he's a good goalie. I think he's better than Stu. But in the world where he's not better than Stu, you've certainly run a risk.
Oh, Pete texted me.
Barry wasn't as impactful. Yes
no.
and no. Well, he wasn't, but he did lead the league by defensive points.
I know, but like everyone could also, like, that one was way easier to like compartmentalize because it was like, okay, Evan Bush spot and be good at it. At least like most people believe that. And then it was like, Matthias Ekholm is now on your blue line. Like that was just so easy. So yeah, I don't know if there's been a deal that's been quite as emotional as that one. You know, who knows a thing or two about an emotional trade? Boston Bruins fans. They've had one that's way more emotional than trading away Stuart Skinner. On that note, let's go to the Star Mechanical guest line. It's Edmonton's #1 plumbing and heating company. You can find out more by visiting them online at starmechanical.ca. As we welcome in 1/3 of What Chaos, Pete Blackburn, our resident Bruins guy. I was going to ask you, because we were just talking about if the Stuart Skinner deal is like the most emotional deal of the Connor McDavid era. I was going to be like, what's the most emotional deal you can remember as a Bruins fan? But it's very obviously Brad Marchand.
Yeah, Marchand, the probably like Sagan dating back even further. There's been a few of them, honestly. But Marchand is the recency bias pick for sure.
Yeah, this year, a lot of things going well for the Boston Bruins, obviously. I want to kick it off with the guy who is probably the best or one of the best stories in the NHL, in Morgan Geekie. How much do you love Morgan Geekie?
Brother, I've loved Morgan Geekie since his Seattle Kraken days.
Ooh, I like that.
There's somebody that I keep going back to on Twitter who, when they signed Morgan Geekie, it was at the height of like everybody hating every move that Don Sweeney has ever made. And so as soon as they signed Morgan Geekie, I was like, I kind of love what the Bruins are doing right now. And I was like, Morgan Geekie kind of rocks. His numbers aren't great. And there was a bunch of people saying like, what rocks about them signing a fringe NHL player? And I was like, Morgan Geekie has a laser of a shot, plays an unbelievable 200-foot game, is very, very responsible, is just a hard-working player. And the Bruins, whether he's in your bottom six, whether he's in your top six, I don't think anybody projected him to be in the top six, but like even if he was just a bottom six player, good signing, and I can't believe the Kraken let him go. Obviously never expected him to be a potential 50-goal scorer in Boston, but he is kind of the personification of what the Bruins are right now, which is just a really hardworking team that gets results and just kind of does it in a workman's fashion. He has really embraced being like a blue-collar icon in Boston, and I love him. Everybody loves him at this point, regardless of what you thought when they signed him.
It's pretty crazy that he's played 367 games in the league, has won 30-goal season, has 24 goals this season, but does not have 100 career goals. It seems like a pretty wild stat when you think about it that way. But obviously, he's been great. But Jeremy Swayman as well has really found his game this season. What's been the reason he has been? Is it just like Boston's a better team?
In terms of Swayman, yeah. I mean, I think their defensive structure is way better. And also, I think that a big part of his struggles last year, whether he'll admit it or not, is the mess of crap that he headed into the season with. And like a lot of that does fall at his feet. A lot of that falls at management's feet. But when you start a season with such instability and then the season sort of goes off the rails pretty quickly, hard to get back on track. And there was a 2-month stretch last year where Jeremy Swayman was one of the better goaltenders in the NHL. And then the Bruins sold at the deadline and his season derailed quite quickly after that too. So, I always had faith that he was going to be okay. And just as far as goaltending, like you're only as good as the team in front of you.
Yeah.
And you guys know as well as anybody, a lot of the times the team is only as good as the goaltender behind them. So it goes both ways. The fact that the Bruins are better this year and the fact that Swayman's...
You then on the Jari for Skinner swap, obviously you sit next to DJ Bean 4 days a week. So I know you guys have obviously talked about it a lot, but like, do you view the Oilers as any more or less of a cup contender after making that move?
Yeah, I mean, it really just depends on like what you're getting. And that's the problem with evaluating this trade is that like in a vacuum, the value stinks for Edmonton. Yeah. Like the value in a vacuum stinks, and it's hard to view it any other way. Like whether or not Stuart Skinner is good in Pittsburgh, I feel like Kyle Dubas had a win here because he got out from under Jari and then got additional value back in return. And that's a solid move, especially given what they have goaltending and some of the guys, the younger guys that they have coming up in their prospect pool. But like from Edmonton's standpoint, you're basically just buying a lottery ticket here. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Like if Jari can reach his ceiling and be more consistent and just be a change of pace or just a different guy back there, that I just feel like the Oilers were in such a position where they needed anything to change because, heading into another playoff run with Skinner and Pickard would have just been a disaster because people just would be waiting for the other shoe to drop, for the bottom to fall out, and eventually it probably would. So the fact that you're taking a chance on a lottery ticket is fine. I feel like they could have done it for less cost, and that's my big problem with the trade.
I don't know. I think the trade was good. I know it sounds
could be good.
I think it could be good, right. But I'm looking at it from this way. They were never going to sign Skinner or Kulak. They had not negotiated anything with them. The second round pick in 2029, whatever. Like I understand the cap retention, but like, you can always get that back. And I just think when you look at Jari throughout his entire career, he's always had pretty solid numbers and always been fairly better than Stuart Skinner on that. So that's the way I kind of look at it. Maybe I'm being a bit too optimistic.
I would push back against him always having better numbers. Like the book on Jari is that he's super inconsistent, and it sort of lines up with what you had a little bit in Skinner. I think that they're not exactly the same profile, but Jari is, I think, less streaky in season, but he is kind of a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde in terms of his career, where he has looked really bad at points and not so bad at other points.
I think we'll know if this trade is a win or not for Edmonton when we get to the playoffs and see how he performs, which is obviously we're a long ways to go from that. But the other side of it too, P, is like they still need a backup goalie in Edmonton.
Yeah,
like the goalie situation hasn't fixed itself that much because Calvin Pickett still sucks. Have you seen much of Alex Lyon this season? I know it's not a Bruins question, but I do see that Sabres jersey in the background.
I mean, our producer right here, Sean, is a Sabres fan, so he can tell you about Alex Lyon. He looks dangerous when wielding a post-game sword. I can tell you about that for sure. Sean just turned his mic on, so he's got something to say.
Perfect, Sean.
Y'all can have him.
We've got too many goalies. Y'all can have them. That'll fix a problem for us.
I saw this on the internet the other day. I don't know where it came from. It was probably a troll. But what about Stuart Skinner? Reacquire him to be the backup goaltender to Tristan Jari. Could be available if Pittsburgh's trying to sell.
I said that already.
If the CBA didn't exist and you could get him at 50% retained, like hell yeah. If we could just do some light cap circumvention, I'm in.
That would be incredible. That'd be the best.
Be a good story. I sadly think that ship has sailed. I got another Bruins one for you. I got beef with Victor Arvidsson, who comes to Edmonton on his contract and can't stand on his own 2 feet for longer than 30 seconds. He falls everywhere. He gets healthy scratched. He asks for a trade after like 6 months. And then he goes to Boston. He has like 3 game winners. And I know he's hurt, but like 14 points in 25 games. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, man, it's been the Victor Arvidsson experience has been very funny for this podcast because DJ got excited when they signed Arvidsson to Edmonton. And I was like, he's so washed. He hasn't been like the Nashville Victor Arvidsson in quite some time. And I would not get excited about that. And he started to arrive there during last year's experience in Edmonton. And then he gets traded to Boston, and I'm like, God damn it. Like, now he's my problem, and we have to deal with this. And throughout the course of the first few months of this season, not only has he had flashes of being like a very effective player, and, I would say like even flashes is a bit disrespectful. He's been a solid, consistent contributor to this team. But he's also sort of emerged as somewhat of like a heartbeat to this team. Like he's been a spiritual leader for this group. And there's constantly like clips churned out of him being a vocal personality in the locker room. It seems like the guys really, really like him. He's having more fun playing in Boston just from like outward appearances than I've seen him have since Nashville, which is pretty incredible. And now I'm starting to wonder, like he always screamed acquiring him to flip him at the deadline to a contender. Now I'm not so sure that he won't finish this season in a Bruins uniform.
Allow me to ask a question now of my co-host for a second. Does hearing that make you raise an eyebrow and go like, what the hell's going on in Edmonton where a guy like that was nowhere near that description off the ice in Edmonton, and now he is that in Boston?
I would just ask how many leaders, I guess, were in Boston before he got there. Like, was there a role for him to grab? Because in Edmonton, like, it's obviously an established core. Like, Boston seems to be on a bit of a reset, right? That would be my only debate on it.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, that would be the most defined like reason for me, is that there is a defined leadership group in Edmonton already, and that's very, very clear, and it's a strong leadership group. The Bruins' identity was not formed heading into this season, and I think that there really was a notable lack of leadership, even going back to last season. I know Brad Marchand was here, but when things went off the rails, nobody was there to grab the steering wheel. And so leadership was very much up for grabs in the Bruins locker room heading into this year. And I think you've seen guys like Zadorov take a big portion of it. Arvidsson's been there. Geekie's been there. And they've taken that opportunity. And I feel like everybody's voice is heard right now for the Bruins because there is no defined leadership group.
We had a debate on the show yesterday because obviously Draisaitl scored his 1,000th career point. Pete, do you think Leon Draisaitl could finish top 5 in NHL scoring when his career's done?
1,000 points by 30 is insane.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see any reason why not, especially if he continues playing with McDavid and obviously he's not a McDavid merchant by any means, but it definitely helps to play with McDavid. And Draisaitl can do everything. So, I mean, I'm not going to say he can't.
My final question.
Wait, is this the non-hockey one?
Yes.
Can I ask one more hockey one before you do that?
Sure.
Okay, sorry to cut you off. Aaron, did you pull it up so that our YouTube viewers can see the visual? What is the lizard? I don't get any of it.
You don't have to, brother. It is full brain rot. There's nothing to get. It is a clip from a movie that I am still kind of unaware of, and it's a lizard punching the emoji on a phone. And in the movie, he's punching the lizard button, and it just keeps saying lizard, 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 lizard. And at Bruins games, the lizard punches the Bruins emoji, and it just says Bruins, 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 Bruins. And then it's a pump-up video, and it fucking works because the crowd gets pumped up every time, and it is now my entire personality is that I'm the Bruins lizard guy. From now until the end of the season.
I went to go tag you on Twitter in the show preview, and I was like, oh, that's the wrong Pete Blackburn because I'm so used to your other profile picture. But I'm like, wait, that's just a Bruins logo with a lizard.
It's the Bruins lizard, baby. It's completely ours from now until further notice. This team is going to the playoffs, and they're riding into the playoffs on the wagon of the Bruins lizard.
Listen, I love that the Oilers are like perennial cup contenders, but I love when like a team that comes into the year with like not huge expectations starts doing well, then the fan base gets like a rallying cry and they have something behind them. Like Oilers' first cup run with La Bamba. Like that kind of a vibe where like I see that and god damn it looks like so much fun to be a Bruins fan. You have Morgan Geekie who looks like Nathan McKinnon and you got a lizard on your Jumbotron like doing shit. That's awesome. Hell yeah.
I mean, this is the closest thing to the Squirtle saxophone that the Jets used a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
It just makes no sense, but if it works and you're riding a wave, absolutely hit your wagon to whatever is put on the Jumbotron. And right now, it's all about the lizard vibes, baby. We are the lizard people.
Finally, someone admits it. It's funny that you mentioned the lizard tie, because I'm going to ask about the other character on your Twitter, Pete. Paddington Bear. Anything? What's going on with Paddington? Just a big fan?
Yeah, I mean, have you seen Paddington 2?
I've loved Paddington Bear. As an Englishman, you have to love Paddington Bear.
But I mean, have you seen Paddington 2, the movie?
I think I have. I've seen the first one at least.
Oh, you thought you were saying
that sounds like 100% like somebody who has not seen Paddington 2, because if you've seen Paddington 2, you would know it, and it would be one of your favorite movies of all time. It is genuinely one of the most delightful and cinematic masterpieces of all time.
Okay, well, I'll watch it over my Christmas break. Yeah, I mean, Paddington, the Queen's best friend, loves marmalade. Sandwiches.
You seem to know a lot, but you've never seen the movie?
No, I've seen the first movie, and like he used to have a TV show in England too that was quite enjoyable. Quite an iconic character. I'm assuming you've never seen Paddington.
Oh God, no, I don't watch movies.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Anyways,
Paddington transcends movies. He's just a cultural icon, and the world needs more Paddingtons.
Yes.
Do we know? Are you coming to Jasper? I think we talked lightly with DJ about it. Are you guys coming up?
Yeah. Yep. We will be there. Very excited.
Dude, it is unbelievable. I can't wait to see you then. We're just over a month away from our Jasper Pond Hockey Tournament out of the beautiful Fairmont JPL. If you want to put your team in, go to nationgear.ca. Pete, appreciate you hopping on. Thanks for doing this.
Of course. Thanks. Go Bruins.
Nope. Go Oilers. Bye, Pete.
Okay, bye, Pete. Yeah, take him off. Take him off. Take him off. Good save.
Wow.
My favorite thing about having one of the guys on is that we always get another one. So like you never know when we have DJ on. You never know if Pete or Sean are gonna pop on. We had Pete on, Sean popped on. That's always a fun little game to play.
You get them all. A DJ mustn't have been in studio today.
Maybe not.
Because usually like you hear them all at the same time.
Yeah, you hear them all talking. Anyways, Morgan Geekie looks like he's gonna be a problem. Let me give everybody some game day preview numbers, then we'll do our bets and we'll get out of here. In December, Connor McDavid has 6 points more than any non-teammate in the entire NHL. Through 8 games so far in this month, Connor McDavid has 20 points, Leon Draisaitl has 15, and then it's Nathan McKinnon at 14. But the Oilers are not the only team with superstars on fire. Let's go to Boston. David Pastrnak missed some time. He's only played 4 games this month. In those 4 games, he has 9 points. Morgan Geekie, 11 points in 7 games. And speaking of Pastrnak, since 2022-23, he's collected the 5th most points league-wide, and only McKinnon and Draisaitl have more goals. David Pastrnak is a legitimate superstar in our sport. He's got a running mate now in Morgan Geekie, and they are a problem. Those numbers are from Michael Menzies' Game Day Pre-Scout. Read it every game day on Oilersnation.com.
So if David Pastrnak scores a goal tonight, it would be his 405th goal. And I heard the Bruins are going to flood the ice again.
Every 5 goals they're on the ice.
Yeah, they're flying out there. I did do a goalie scout.
Goalie scout?
Here, and if we want to float these up, we'll go with the zone one first, if you don't mind. Oh, no spoilers. Okay, there you go. There's your zones on Jeremy Swayman. Having a much better season this season than last, obviously. You can see on the left there for our podcast viewers, our YouTube viewers, that's where the shots are coming from. The right side breaks it down a lot more cleaner. You got to get to the middle of the ice, but also a little bit vulnerable on the left side of the ice, that would be. Point shots just aren't going to do it tonight for the others. Like most nights, It's a pretty similar formula, but the other one is where we're going to take a quick look at him full fronts. Kind of weak 5 for 7 on the right ear, 4 for 6 on the left ear.
Chest good.
Glove, it looks like you want to go in that area, especially under his arm, 75%. It's 84% on the high glove, low blocker, 73%. He's got holes, but not in his chest.
All right.
Gas says go to the net. Yeah. Continue what you've been doing. They've been scoring a lot of goals around there.
Couple more numbers on Jeremy Swayman. 274 goals against average, 909 save percentage, both very good. His goals saved above expected is third in the NHL behind only Logan Thompson and Ilya Sorokin. That one also from Michael Menzies. Thank you for doing all my work for me today, Michael. I appreciate it. But Jeremy Swayman has legitimately been one of the best goaltenders in the NHL. Bruins have won 5 of 6 and are coming off a 4-1 beatdown of the Utah Mammoth. And I say beatdown because they were fighting. Fighting.
Against Utah?
Yeah.
Nice.
Despite a goal share 5-on-5 that is 9th best in the NHL. 9th best 5-on-5 goal share in the league for the Bruins. Their expected goal share is 5th worst in the league, according to Money Puck. So maybe a team that, as Pete said, they work hard, work their bags off. They are getting elite goaltending. Those are two traits. Sometimes I wish the Oilers had more consistently.
I know who this team is. Go on, I'll tell you in a second.
But like the Bruins work hard, get good goaltending. There is maybe a little bit statistically to the fact that getting lucky at some games, getting a little lucky sometimes. Maybe this team isn't quite as good as the standings currently say, but they are not a team that can obviously be taken lightly because they are going to outwork you. And that is something that, quite honestly, when I hear a team outworks their opponents consistently, that scares me when they play the Oilers, if I'm being totally blunt.
This team is the Vancouver Canucks
of a couple years ago.
2024.
Elite goalie.
Elite goalie, you're getting lucky bounces.
They have good players. I'm not saying they don't, obviously, but
the Bruins, of course,
and the Canucks did too.
So did Vancouver, but wasn't the whole thing that season that was it PDO?
Yeah, the PDO's through the roof.
Didn't make any sense at all, and then they got to the second round and played a good team in the Edmonton Oilers, and ended up losing in 7 games. And I think that's kind of what the Bruins team might be.
Yeah, maybe. They'll be a hard out in the playoffs because of Swayman and the hard working. I don't think they're a cup contender. So on that point, I agree with you. Let's get to our game day betting challenge for Bet365. Download the app today. Use the promo code NATION. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. I have my daily face-off parlay up at dailyfaceoff.com or at Bet365 right now. And I named it Cole for Christmas.
I want to find it. I last time, I remember you obviously told us about this last time you did because it was about Crosby.
Yeah.
What did you call that one?
Sid still got it.
Yeah, that was it.
So this one I named Stocking Full of Coal.
There it is, the second one on the list. So if you go to the main page of Bet365, scroll down. It's right there on NHL.
Anyway, so that's my pick for tonight, league-wide. Caulfield goal, Montreal money line. Our Bet365 game day betting challenge. Liam and I both coming off wins. Jay coming off a loss.
Let's go.
You and I are heating up. I actually thought I'd move a little bit more than that. Was I not a +2-4? I was -5. Yeah, okay. No, math.
Jay, falling, but here's your bet.
Pasternak 3 shots, McDavid 3 shots. They're both crushing this out as of late. It's +115. Nothing crazy for me. Again, I'm a little bit nervous about this one just because Boston works so hard. So I'm not getting crazy. +115, 3 shots apiece. Giddy up.
I went with Leon 2+ points +130. I actually didn't really know what to do for today's game. But I like just going with a single Leon Draisaitl points. Because at the end of the day, it's just McDavid and Draisaitl right now.
Yeah.
In the reality of it. I didn't want to do a juicy parlay. I'm not sure how the night's game will go. I could see the Oilers losing a tight game.
All right.
Jay's bet, Frederick goal.
Frederick goal.
550. 550.
Never know.
I don't know why Jay's so low on our standings.
If Freddie scores, though, that'd be great.
Which I want to point out, if Freddie scores 5v5, I heard you. You're doing a shoey tomorrow on the show.
That line, all 3 of them have to be on the ice. If the line of Frederick...
Let's confirm the details here, because the chat perked up immediately.
Sure. I'll do it, because it's a Friday, and it's the day of our Christmas party, so I can get a little loose in the afternoon on company time, right? Yeah, BM nodded. He gave me a thumbs up. He doesn't care.
So all 3 have to be on the ice.
Yeah, if that fourth line, Hudson, Jones, and Frederick combine for a 5-on-5 goal. Can't be an empty netter late in the game or anything like that. If they combine for a 5-on-5 goal, I'll do a shoey on the show tomorrow.
Okay, sounds
Got
good.
something to watch tonight. Also, pre-gaming, you're talking about Menzies. We got Menzies on pre and post tonight. My favorites now to have me join throughout the week. He's just the best. He's the funniest guy in the world. Writes great stuff. Oilersnation.com. That pre-scout article. And yeah, Tyler, like you said, he makes me have to prep less because he's such an encyclopedia. Shout out Menzies.
You want to do a quick what's trending?
Very quick.
Team Canada cuts today from the World Juniors. Jake O'Brien, Merrick Vanek, Jackson Smith.
Nailed that one.
And a goalie will be cut too.
Sure.
Also reports, and we talked about this the other day too, but Pierre LeBrun reporting that Bouchard is very much on the radar for Team Canada. Is between him and Matthew Schaefer.
All right.
Other piece of news, England, again, absolutely torn up in Australia right now at the Ashes. I know we have one Australian
Karma, though.
One Australian listener that keeps coming up at the start of the show and asking me about the games. I am watching them because you can actually watch the game on Bet365, which is great. I just put it on my phone. The game starts at 4, ends at midnight. It's a great way to get through the night. But England playing absolutely harsh word, deserve what they're getting.
All right.
There you go.
And the prisoner thing. Good show.
Yeah, it was fun. Again, thanks everyone for the 1 million views.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. Who would have thought?
Who would have thunk? Not me.
All right, well, that's a wrap on today's edition of the show. Game day edition, Boardsies Live, 4 o'clock with pre-gaming. We got an episode of Real Life dropping later on today, so find that wherever you get your podcasts from. Enjoy your Thursday, everybody. Tomorrow, Friday edition of the show. Cannot wait. We'll see you all then at noon Mountain. Oil up. What's up, Nation citizens? If you enjoyed today's episode of Oilers Nation Everyday, make sure you hit the subscribe button here on our YouTube to not miss any of our content. We got you covered from interviews, insight, analysis, everything you need to stay up to date on everything around the team. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a video.